is nothing short of extraordinary. The work that you have done quietly, tirelessly, fearlessly, and often without fanfare will shape this century, will shape the city long after this administration. It will change lives, create opportunities, and strengthen communities. Quite frankly, it is already done that. And it will continue well beyond our tenure in office. And none of it, we are clear, would have happened or would have been possible without you. You showed up in the early mornings, and you stayed late into the night. You gave your weekends, you gave your holidays, you spent less time with your families and far more time with your coworkers than any job description could justify. And clearly you all are already working out of time. You kept showing up because you believed in this city, and you believed in what we could accomplish together. And look at what you did accomplish. Together we fed, sheltered, educated, and supported over 300,000 asylum seekers. We passed monumental housing legislation. We rebuilt our economy after the pandemic. We took ghost cars and guns off the streets. We raised test scores. We delivered 4 on-time budgets. And through it all, despite the noise, despite the pressure, despite the pace, you did what public servants do. You do what New Yorkers do. You showed up. For more than 8 million people who depend on this government every single day. Throughout my career, I have worked with many teams, but none quite like this. A team that looks like New York because you are what makes New York, New York. A team that brings its full lived experience, full talent, and full heart to work. A team that doesn't just talk about what this city can become, but shows up every day to build it. When they were trying to say that there was no one that was running the city and that things weren't happening, I called bullshit because I know
there you
that
go.
we are here every single day.
I know that's right.
As we gather tonight to celebrate the holidays and to celebrate each other, take a moment to step back and recognize the magnitude of what you've accomplished. It's very easy for us to get caught up in the day-to-day of what's happening, the uncertainty of the future. But take a minute. You deserve that, and it's important. You've shaped policy, protected lives, and expanded opportunity. You have delivered hope in some of our city's most challenging moments, and you have done it with integrity, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to public service. It has been the privilege of my career to work with you. Thank you for your dedication, for your sacrifice, and for loving this city enough to make it better day after day. On Thanksgiving, I shared with a friend that when I arrived here from Trinidad around the age of 7, I shortly decided that I wanted to go to America. And I really thought that that was going to be a pinnacle. I would never have imagined in a million years having the privilege and opportunity to work with you to help run the most important city in the world. And now it is my honor to introduce a leader who has guided us and given us all the opportunity to serve. Please welcome the mayor of the city of New York, Mayor Eric.
Because you've been on the grind and doing the job, and just hearing so many haters that you really don't know what you have accomplished. I started out this journey 30-something years ago, and I had no vision. And that was to make sure that the people of the city were not betrayed like my mother and my siblings were betrayed. Government turned its back on us, and we went through difficult times. My sister losing her childhood because she was raising her 5 siblings with mom doing 3 jobs, my undiagnosed dyslexia, not getting the services that are provided. I'm sure we were going to have housing. You can go through the entire list. And that was my North Star. And I didn't always get it right. I was not perfect. In fact, I was perfectly imperfect. But I was dedicated. I gave every ounce of me to the city. And when I think about Mommy's ability with her 3rd grade education, sacrifices, no matter what happens, Mommy raised the mayor of the city of New York.
That's right!
And so I know that there are probably 2 or 3 of you that are here only so that you can do something disruptive to the greatness of our administration.
They
That's
won't.
okay.
They won't.
Because if you like it or not, we did it.
Yes, you did.
And we made it happen.
You got shit done.
And so as we move to the next administration, I made sure that Zoran Mandani gets all the information he needs so that he could be prepared to hit the ground running from the beginning. We put together the documentation that's needed. We are going to be as supportive as possible because our democracy doesn't mean when you lose, you take your ball and go home. Our democracy calls on us to ensure that we are there for each other because that's who we are as Americans from different walks of life. But you made it happen. You cited us through COVID. You cited us through my cited with not one child or family slept on the city of New York. 90% of them went on to the next step in their American journey. You cited us through crime, you cited us through lawfare. You had a mayor that dedicated his life to the city and was indicted because of that. But I never folded, just as you never folded. I stood up and I defended this city, and I will do it over and over and over again. And trust me when I tell you, one of the things we did when we first got into office, we went to the Museum of the City of New York. That was the most important thing for me because every administration is going to end up there, and the story has to be told. When we walk through the Museum of the City of New York, we're going to see an administration that built more housing than any other man in the history of the city. Brought down crime at the lowest levels in the history of the civil system. That put $30 billion back in the pockets of working class people that had dyslexia screaming, so our children will end up incarcerated because they were not educated, that had universal after school program that expanded our pre-K history number of Southern youth employment jobs, that had the most diverse administration in the history of the city. Must meet what we've done. We already are in the history book because of our success. And I'm so happy to do this job of being the mayor of the greatest city on the globe. Not because of the Empire State Buildings, not because of Broadway, not because of all the fancy restaurants, but because of the people. We have the greatest people in the city and the greatest people working in government in the city, and that is you. Each one of you should be proud of what you accomplished. And so, enjoy yourselves over the season and reflect on your success and appreciate what you've done. Because the city appreciates you. And this administration here, the deputy mayor teams, we appreciate you. You never judge by what you do during the good times. It's what you accomplish during challenging times.
Amen.
And Mama's not with me. She transitioned when I was running for office. And I cannot tell you how proud I am. I'm the man she wanted me to be.
Amen.
And I'm proud of what she raised me to be. The mayor of New York City. We work with our chief of staff, and we're now closing and turning over to the first deputy mayor. And again, I cannot thank you enough for coming back during the administration through some tough times. Chief of staff, you have done amazing, amazing work. We appreciate you. Randy Nestor.
Alvin Sutter, come to the stage, your name, please.
Very kind to Eric Adams. I think he's going to be remembered as the greatest mayor in city history.
Greatest to ever do it.
And working with this team, reduced crime to record lows, increased jobs to record highs, produced and created affordable housing at an unprecedented rate, dwarfing what the two previous administrations did in 20 years.
Oh, that's right.
Implemented universal after school for our kids, a legacy we're proud of. MWBE participation in city history over 25 billion. And of course, reduced taxes, got rid of red tape, made New York City the city of yes in every respect. That's what you did serving this administration and this mayor. I just want to say one more thing, because I'm going to be uncharacteristically brief. But since this is the last time I enter the rest of you, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be your colleague. And all of you for the opportunity to be your colleague. And thank you, Mayor, for giving me the greatest job I've ever had. And that was in the service of this administration and you, because this man has a head and a heart.
Amen.
And when the city was down, coming out of COVID, when
Yep.
he first came into office, when we had the migrant crisis, that first year, we grew to over 235,000 migrants. He didn't turn his back. He said, we're New York, we're the greatest city in the world, and we are going to embrace and we are going to come through these crises. And we did, and we are stronger and better than we've ever been before. Now, I always root for New York City to succeed. And we did succeed together. And when you leave this administration, or if Mayor White is smart enough to keep you, then take pride in what greatest city in the world even greater. And Mayor Adams, I thank you for all you did. God bless each and every one of you. God bless the city. God bless Mayor Adams.
Hi guys.